Hello aspirants, how are you all today? Welcome to Focus Prep Daily Current Affairs session. I hope you are well and good and your preparation is going well. So today we will discuss the daily current affairs of 22nd of November. So this is the PDF. To download the PDF of today's current affairs along with all the regular quizzes and to avail all the monthly, weekly magazines, okay? Every PDF you will get in our Telegram channel Focus Prep Current Affairs. So go to the comment section. In the comments we have given the link. Okay, so click on the link, join this Telegram channel to get all these PDFs, everything, all the weekly test series, all the weekly PDFs, everything you will get there. So this session is going to be important for the state PCS exams. Okay, if you're appearing for the state PCS exams, if you're an SSC aspirant, if you're a railway exams aspirant, RRB, all the one-day exams, right, that takes place, and also banking. So for all these exams, this session is going to be important. I will explain to you all the important concepts, all the important terms, and everything that you need to know from the news. Also, the static GK points which are important for your exams we will be discussing. So let's start. India's rank in the Climate Change Performance Index of 2025 is 10th.
So last year it was 8th in the ranking and now it has become the 10th ranking.
Now, the first three spots for this index have been kept empty because no one is satisfying the gradation that is needed to acquire these three spots. In the fourth spot is Denmark, and then there is Netherlands, and then there is UK. So remember that in the fourth spot there is Denmark. So Denmark has topped this index and India's rank is 10th. Now, India's per capita emissions have come to around 2.9 tons of CO2 equivalent. That means that whatever pollution, whatever emission that India does, that is equivalent to, similar to the 2.9 tons of carbon dioxide emission. Now, this is significantly below the global average of 6.6 tons carbon dioxide emission. So, India is in a better position. So, India emits quite less than what the global average of emission is. Now, this climate change performance index, who releases this? Which organization? The German Watch, New Climate Institute, and the Climate Action Network International. They publish this CCPI, this index. So they have released this for 2025 as well. Remember German Watch, this you definitely have to remember. Options can be given: German Watch, New Climate Institute, and the Climate Action Network International. So these three organizations, they together publish this. The CCPI, it tracks the progress of how many countries? Of 63 countries. So they rank 63 countries and the European Union. Now within the European Union, again there are a lot of countries. So together these countries, they are ranked. And based on what does this index evaluate these countries? It evaluates them based on the emission that the countries are making, whatever the renewable technologies that the country have adopted, based on that, and the climate policy, that the overall climate policy that a country follows. All right, now let's come to the next current affairs. Prime Minister Narendra Modi have gifted a Silofar Panchamrit Kalash to the Nigerian president. So the Nigerian president, who is he? The name is important, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because Nigeria have been in news recently. Nigerian president, they conferred the second highest honor to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and now Narendra Modi have presented to the Nigerian president a Silofar Panchamrit Kalash. Why this Silofar Panchamrit Kalash? It is a silver kalash which is an example of a traditional metal craftsmanship from Kolhapur in Maharashtra. This you have to remember. Okay, now let's talk about some static GK points about Nigeria. Where is this country located? It is located in the West Africa and it is the most populous country within Africa. The capital of Nigeria is Abuja. This we learned that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he was also honored. He was also honored with what? The key of Abuja. Right? It was a symbolic gesture. The currency, again, currencies and capitals are important. So Nigerian Naira is the currency of Nigeria. Nigeria is referred to as the giant of Africa because it has a very large population. It is the largest and the most populous country within Africa, so it is called giant of Africa. Now let's talk about the next current affairs. World Fisheries Day 2024, celebrating the sustainable fisheries. This has taken place on November 21st. So November 21st every year it is observed, it is celebrated as the World Fisheries Day. Why? Because in 1997 on this date, the World Forum of Fish Harvesters and Fish Workers, this was established in New Delhi in India. So along with the establishment of this in 1997, since 1997 only, this day is being observed as the World Fisheries Day. Now, what is the theme of this year? The theme is India's blue transformation, strengthening small scale and sustainable fisheries. So, this year's theme, all the themes are important. So, remember India's blue transformation. This part, if you remember, you can identify from the MCQs. So, India's blue transformation, strengthening small scale as well as sustainable fisheries. Now, let's talk a little bit about this fisheries in India. Indian fisheries sector, it is known as the sunrise sector, with 70% of the fisheries have coming from the inland fisheries. So within inland fisheries, 70% of our fish production comes from this, and this is a sunrise sector. Why a sunrise sector? Because in sunrise sector are those sectors where these are new sectors which are showing a quite high growth and which has a quite high potential of growth of production. Okay. Now, the largest fish producing state within India is Andhra Pradesh, right? So, this, of course, this is a very important piece of information. If you don't know, make a note of it. Andhra Pradesh is our largest fish producing state. Part of your economic geography, part of your geography or GK. Okay, so this is important. Next part, this also you have to remember this information, that Blue Revolution. This term is associated with the fish production. Okay, this was launched in India during the 7th 5-year plan in 1985 to 1990. So during the 7th 5-year plan, which was launched in 1985 and it continued till 1990, during the 7th 5-year plan, this Blue Revolution, this was launched. And whenever you see this term in your questions, you know that Blue Revolution is associated with fish production. India is the third largest fish producer within the world. So within India, Andhra Pradesh is the largest producer, and in the world, India's rank is third. Okay, so India is the third largest fish producer. India's rank is second in the aquaculture. So according to the data, India ranks second in the aquaculture nations globally. And also India is the largest shrimp producer within the world. So India's rank in shrimp production, shrimp is a form of prawn only. So in shrimp production, India is the largest in the world. All right, now let's go to the next one. Awas Divas 2024 celebrating 8 years of PMAYG. PMAYG, what is the full form? Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, right? This is observed every year on November 20th. So this Awas Divas 2024, this was commemorated by the Ministry of Rural Development, because this is the Gramin Awas Yojana that we are talking about here. So on November 20th, this marks the 8-year anniversary of this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. So how many years have this scheme completed? 8 years. Important, very, very important. Questions can be asked in your exams that how many years have this particular scheme completed. This is the 8th-year anniversary, so this becomes important. Now let's talk about this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin a little bit. So this is what? This is for achieving housing for all, or to give all the basic amenities. Within basic amenities, a pakka house also falls. So to provide everyone with pakka houses, this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana was launched, and it has two parts. One for the Gramin, which is mentioned here, and then there is another segment of it for the urban areas as well. All right. The goal of this scheme is to construct around 5 crore houses by the year 2029. So by March 2029, this particular scheme targets to have a 5 crore houses built for all the people who needs these pakka houses. And how are the beneficiaries for this particular scheme identified? They are identified based on the SECC 2011, that is the Socio-Economic Caste Census 2011. So remember that this is the beneficiaries, they are identified not on the basis of census, okay? They are identified on the basis of the socio-economic caste census, and also they utilize the Awas Plus 2018 service to get a more recent data, and also the data are verified by the various Gram Sabhas. All right, now special focus groups are there. So the allocation is divided for these pakka houses based on these special requirements. So 60% of houses are given to the SC/ST families, 5% of them is given to the differently abled and disaster affected families. So this is the division: 60% to SC/STs and 5% to differently abled and disaster affected families. There is also a income threshold. So monthly income threshold, that is the monthly income limit that is eligible for these pakka houses, is rupees 15,000. So if your income is more than this, then they will not get the benefit. The Awas Plus 2024 app, this has been introduced in 2024. Awas Plus 2024 app, this introduces Aadhaar based face authentication and 3D house designs for improved implementation. So now this app will utilize the Aadhaar based face authentication, so that there is no problem of identification, there is no problem of corruption, so that someone who doesn't deserve it gets those pakka houses. This doesn't happen. This app will also provide for 3D house designs, which will improve the implementation. Now let's talk about another important current affairs. Japan and Wales have announced as partner countries for the 25th Hornbill Festival. So every year this Hornbill Festival, this is held where? In Nagaland. So in Kisama in Nagaland, this will take place. This is the 25th Hornbill Festival, and Japan and Wales have been announced as the official partner countries. So this is important. Remember, Japan and Wales. The Hornbill Festival is also referred to as Festival of Festivals. It is a grand festival, right, in Nagaland, and it is being mentioned as a premier cultural event. So it is a grand festival, a premier, that is a very important, very highlighted cultural event of Nagaland. See the next current affairs. Coal India Limited wins Green World Environment Award 2024. So Coal India Limited, the CIL, they have received this award. And this initiative, why have they received this award? For their corporate social responsibility category. Do you know what is CSR? CSR is the corporate social responsibility. This means all the corporate private sectors, they, there is a mandate in India that they have to invest a section of their profit. So a percentage of their profit have to be utilized for social, or social purposes, for social initiatives, for something that is socially beneficial to everyone. So charity kind of works they have to do, utilizing their profit. So 1% they have to allocate for this. So under this CSR category, they have CIL have won this award. They've also been recognized as a Green World Ambassador for their efforts. In what sector have their efforts been under the CSR initiative? Their efforts were for the Thalassemia Bal Seva Yojana. So for the thalassemia patients, they are trying to provide a permanent curative treatment for the thalassemia patients through bone marrow transplants. Now what is thalassemia? It is a kind of a disease. This occurs when in patients the RBC, the blood is not produced. The RBC is not produced by the bone marrow. Bone marrow is where our RBCs, they are born. So there is a defect in that, and patients, they are deficient in RBC, so they need to change blood every, frequently. This award was presented by the Green Organization. Again, important to remember that the Green World Environment Award, this is presented by which organization? By the Green Organization. They recognize the global excellence in environmental and CSR practices. So this year it has been won by the Coal India Limited. Prasar Bharati has launched an OTT platform. The name is Waves. They have launched this platform Waves at the IFFI 2024, that is the International Film Festival. This took place where? In Panaji in Goa. Every year the International Film Festival, it takes place in Goa. So here Prasar Bharati, they have launched their own OTT platform, which is named Waves. Waves features a mix of the classical as well as the contemporary content in over 12 languages. So this is a special feature of Prasar Bharati, that they are providing their content, may that be a classic or may that be a contemporary content, a contemporary movie, whatever that be, they are providing in many languages, over 12 languages. So this platform, this was launched in the 55th International Film Festival of India that took place in Goa. Now, what is Prasar Bharati? Let's talk about this a little bit. Prasar Bharati is India's largest public broadcasting agency. It is a statutory autonomous body. Statutory bodies are bodies, I have told you, that which are established by some legal act, right? So Prasar Bharati, it was established by the Act of Parliament in 1997. Now Prasar Bharati, they comprise of the Doordarshan television network and the All India Radio, both of these. The president, the chairman of this Prasar Bharati, this name is again important, Navneet Kumar Sehgal. So this name you have to remember, that Navneet Kumar Sehgal, he is the current chairman of Prasar Bharati. Telangana unveils new electric vehicle policy. So, regarding these electric vehicles, they are being introduced. Why? To reduce global warming and everything. Now, Telangana government, they have unveiled their new electric vehicle policy. This will promote. Why have this policy been introduced? To promote environmental sustainability, to improve the energy efficiency, and to reduce the air pollution. What does this policy state? This policy offers 100% exemption on road taxes as well as registration fees for all the EVs for the coming 2 years. That is till December 31st, 2026. There will be no need of any road taxes for the electric vehicles and no need of any registration fees for these EVs. So Telangana government, they are trying to incentivize, right? They are trying to push the use of electric vehicles. They want more people to register these electric vehicles, use these electric vehicles. Now let's talk about the next current affairs. It is a banking related current affairs. IRDAI have launched Bima Sugam platform, and why to have a more transparent insurance service. So this you have to remember that Bima Sugam. What is Bima Sugam? It is a digital initiative that has been launched by which authority? By the IRDAI, which stands for the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Why have this digital platform been launched? To provide a low cost and effective distribution channel for the insurance products, so that there is no need of dependence on banks or any third party. Okay, that there is no mis-selling of insurance products. Directly people can buy the insurance products from this platform, Bima Sugam. So this allows buying as well as selling and also the claiming of servicing of insurance policies in a more transparent manner. Now about this IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, they are the regulatory authority, they are the regulatory body, apex body for the insurance sector, the insurance industry of India. Now the overall supervision and development of the insurance sector of India, the responsibility lies with IRDAI. When was this established? This was established by the IRDAI Act of 1999 for the supervision and development of insurance sector. And where is their headquarter? The headquarter of IRDAI is in Hyderabad in Telangana. Now, Nandan Kumar Jha has been elected as the president of the International Mind Sports Association. So, this is another organization, another important organization that you have to remember. Nandan Kumar Jha, this is important appointment. He has been elected as the president of this International Mind Sports Association. Now, what is the function of this International Mind Sports Association? The main function of it is to oversee, to organize the mind sports. Mind sports means the sports which are not physical sports, no physical activities there, they are all related to the mind. So like chess or sports and bridge, all these sports, they are organized and overseen by the IMSA. Now the IMSA's annual general assembly, this took place in Sao Paulo in Brazil. Sao Paulo is a place in Brazil, so there this general assembly took place and here the election was taking place, and in this election Nandan Kumar Jha, he have been elected as the president. Now, IMSA, they have over 200 member countries and they collaborate with the International Olympic Committee as well to organize all these mind sports. The headquarters are important, so headquarters is in Lausanne in Switzerland. The next current affairs and international current affairs. Iraq conducts first nationwide census in the past 40 years. So in the last 40 years, there has been no census in Iraq. Now Iraq has conducted their census, a nationwide census. So when was the last census of Iraq? It was back in 1987. The census will be using the de jure method by counting the people based on the current areas of residence. So wherever people are currently residing, regarding taking into consideration those things, this census will take place. So this will not count the Iraqis who are living abroad or who are not, maybe they have displaced or they have become refugees, went to some other place, so they will not be counted. Now let's talk a little bit about the census in India. When did the last census take place in India? In 2011, right? And when did the first census take place? See, there are a few facts you need to remember. First of all, in India, James Princip, he conducted the first census in India in Allahabad and in Banaras. Now, this was not a national census. When I say that James Princip conducted census, he did not conduct it in the whole of India. He just conducted it in Allahabad and Banaras. So, if the question asks that when was the first census of India conducted, then your answer will be it was conducted in 1872 by General Lord Mayo. Now this census, this was also not the first synchronous or you can say regular census. So this census, after this, it was not conducted regularly, or neither was this very much documented well. So this was just this first national census that took place. Now if we talk about the first synchronous census, that is the census that was documented well, that after which every 10 years census began to be taking place, this was in 1881 by W.C. Plowden. He was the census commissioner. And who was the administrative head? Who was the viceroy? It was Lord Ripon. Okay, so remember that in 1881, since 1881, our regular census, this has started taking place. So the first regular, first actual census took place under Lord Ripon, and the census commissioner was W.C. Plowden. But the first non-synchronous census, this took place in 1872 under Lord Mayo. The Census Act of 1948, this governs now how the census of India is carried on. So post independence, all the census that took place, that were guided by this Census Act of 1948. The census of the population, this is a union affair, so this is an affair of the central government. The Collection of Statistics Act 2008, it allows the states and the local bodies to gather the data for welfare schemes from the census. Now the 2021 census, this was delayed, right, for all the COVID pandemic that took place, and finally now in 2024, this census, this has began. Okay, this will take a time, it will take around 2 years to complete. So this has started now. The next current affairs, India has retained its title at Women's Asian Championship Trophy 2024. So this is very, very important current affairs. This is a sports current affairs. So Indian women's hockey team, they have again got their title in the Women's Asian Champions Trophy. They have defeated which country? This is also important to remember. That India have defeated China at the Rajgir Sports Complex in Bihar. So in Bihar, in the Rajgir Sports Complex, this Women's Asian Championships Trophy, this was held, and here India have defeated China and they have won this. Now Deepika Kumari from India was named as the player of the tournament. So this name becomes important. Deepika Kumari, she was named as the player of the tournament in this particular championships trophy. So remember this point. Now let's talk about again another AI related current affairs. Every day we get some or the other AI related current affairs. So India launched its first AI data bank at the Association of Chambers AI Leadership Meet of 2024. So here in this ASSOCHAM, that is the Association of Chambers AI Leadership Meet 2024, India's first AI data bank have been launched, and this year's theme for this event was AI for India, advancing India's AI development, innovation, ethics and governance. So why has this data bank been released? What is the aim? The aim is to provide high quality data sets for all the researches that are taking place in all the startups and developers to create scalable new AI solutions. For all these purposes, this data set have been released. Now the next current affairs. Ministry of Jal Shakti have launched Bhu portal for the groundwater management. Bhu, you can understand why the name Bhu means earth, right? So it is the underground, that is ground water. Neer means water. So Ministry of Jal Shakti, they have digitally launched this Bhu portal. So question can be asked that Bhu portal, this is managed or has been launched by which ministry? So Ministry of Jal Shakti. Remember, all these ministries are important. So the portal have been developed by the Central Groundwater Authority and in partnership with the National Informatics Center. So they have developed this and it has been launched under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Why has this portal been launched? What will it do? It will provide information regarding the groundwater policies, the groundwater compliances and regulations at both the state as well as the national level. So that is why this portal has been launched. So that is all the important current affairs that we needed to discuss. If you are benefiting, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with your friends so that we can continue to provide you with the important current affairs, all these quality materials that we are trying to bring for you. So join the Telegram channel. The link is given in the comment section. And if you have any doubts, any feedbacks that you want to give us, then comment it in the comment section. Okay. Thank you, everyone.